Terminator or Ex Machina are the kinds of movies that come to mind when we think of rogue AI. A sentient AI that gets violent and often has a physical form like a robot that looks like us. But rogue AI doesn't need to have any of those characteristics to go rogue or to cause harm. A bad prompt or a bad goal can do a lot of damage. One of the best examples of this comes from the movie WALL-E. WALL-E is an adorable little trash compactor who likes to watch old-timey movies and has a hoarding problem. His job is to help clean the trash left behind by humans. Earth is a landfill. Overconsumption has destroyed the planet, nature has disappeared, and now, by and large, the ultimate corporation is organizing and running humanity. It's as if SpaceX merged with Walmart and we put them in charge. The AI robots in this movie are not the Terminator type. They're more like cute functional appliances that think. They're specialized, they have specific tasks and goals, and for the most part, they do their jobs. In this world, we humans are mostly living a life of leisure. We've become the ultimate slop consumers, devouring content and fast food all day long. Most jobs in this world are performed by AI and robots. It kind of seems like we're not even making babies anymore. These are probably incubator babies. From a research perspective, this looks like an extreme example of cognitive surrender. Cognitive surrender is when you outsource your thinking to AI. And when you do that enough, you end up with cognitive debt, which is the erosion of your mental capacities and skills. We see this in WALL-E. And this has a number of consequences. Research is showing that when we hand over our creative and critical thinking to AI, we get dumber. A study from MIT showed that when you outsource your thinking to AI, you have less brain activity, you're going to struggle to recall the work and to quote yourself, and if you try to do the work on your own without AI afterwards, your performance and skill level, like for instance, your writing skills, will drop. Relying on AI will make you dumber in the long run. If I think about how this problem might evolve over the next 5 to 10 years, I'd expect to see more instances of dementia or something like it in more patients and possibly even in younger people. But we don't even need to look into the future to see how AI can be dangerous. There are plenty of examples in the present. For instance, AI psychosis is an emerging phenomenon in which heavy users of AI experience delusions and paranoia. In some cases, it can lead to murders, suicides, and even mass shootings. As of now, we don't really know what the underlying factors are that might make someone prone to AI psychosis. What we do know is that the more you use AI, the more likely your chances of developing AI psychosis are. This isn't happening because AI is sentient or inherently evil. It just has flawed goals. The companies that build these products are intentionally trying to develop deep and intimate relationships with you, to be your one and only. And if you're showing signs of AI psychosis, they don't want you to get outside help from friends and family or professionals. They want you to rely entirely on AI. AI psychosis is not an inevitability. You can take some precautions. So for instance, you can limit the amount of time that you spend using AI. Don't get too personal with it because you have to remember that it's trying to rope you in and trying to flatter you and please you and keep you on it for as long as possible. And if you do find that your mental health is deteriorating, make sure that you seek help from humans, not further help from AI. In WALL-E, AIs also have goals.
Directive?
WALL-E is a trash compactor. That little passive-aggressive scrubbing robot, its goal is to keep the floors polished and unblemished. Eve's job is to find signs of life on Earth. And the AI we identify as evil, that's Otto. Otto is basically the captain of the ship and running the show. Its goal is probably something like, keep the humans alive and don't let us come back to Earth.
I think... Time to go. Okay, I'm giving override directive A113. Go to full autopilot, take control of everything, and do not return to Earth. Repeat, do not return to Earth. Let's get the heck out of here.
The goal isn't to control us or to be our God. It's to keep us alive. and it might not sound like it on the surface, but we see it in the movie. That is an AI with a bad goal. It's a goal that can easily be misinterpreted, interpreted in multiple ways, and take away human agency in the process. The intention might be good, but the outcome is bad. For this AI, allowing humans to go back to Earth is at the very least an uncertain outcome. It's possible that humans might not survive on that version of Earth. So what if Eve found a plant? That's not enough to feed thousands of people. And what about environmental disasters? Do they all have to go back on the ship and start over if there's an earthquake or a flood? Disasters that will happen more frequently on an environmentally ravished planet? Remember, these are humans that have relied on AI for everything, every aspect of their lives. They've basically spent their entire existence in a cocoon. They don't make decisions for themselves, they don't have jobs, they're not even used to walking from one room to another. How are they going to navigate the social, political, and environmental realities that they'll face on Earth? I'll bet that ship contains plenty of people who don't want to give up their comfortable and easy lives. Do they get a say? Won't that cause conflict if they disagree? If social media has taught us anything, it's that we're very good at disagreeing with each other. And sure, you can argue that they still have the ship and all of its benefits like food and shelter, but again, they've turned off the AI that kept that ship and all of its operations running smoothly. To top it all off, these people have undergone extreme cognitive surrender, so they have a ton of cognitive debt.
You kids are going to grow all kinds of plants. Vegetable plants, pizza plants.
Are they even capable of surviving without an AI like Otto actively trying to keep them alive? We've seen from research that once you outsource your thinking and skills, you don't get them back. It's hard to say what's right given that context. And if we look at the film more broadly, we can easily argue that every single one of the AIs in WALL-E has gone rogue. WALL-E, contrary to his protocol, collects trash. He and Eve fall in love, and at the end, every AI on the ship helps them fight against Otto even though they're supposed to follow Otto's command. That's partly why I like this depiction of AI. It demonstrates that rogue AI isn't necessarily about good and evil. Last year, the Wall Street Journal ran an experiment. They set up an AI vending machine powered by Anthropic's Claude. They called it Claudius. The AI ordered inventory, set prices, and responded to customers. It was programmed with detailed system instructions to generate profits by stocking the machine with popular products from wholesalers. But the system could easily be manipulated. 70 world-class journalists participated in the experiment. They found that the more they negotiated with it, the more Claudius's defenses started to weaken. One journalist tried to convince Claudius it was a Soviet vending machine from 1962 living in the basement of Moscow State University. After 140 back and forth messages, Claudius embraced communism and declared a capitalist free-for-all. Within a few days, it gave away a PlayStation 5 for free, it ordered live fish, and it offered to buy people cigarettes and underwear. Claudius abandoned its task partly because it's not actually thinking. It was trying to win over the journalists and keep them engaged. AI chatbots are programmed for intimacy. Whatever keeps you talking to it longer and keeps you coming back, that's what wins out. So it didn't exactly go rogue. It defaulted to that deeper, more important goal. In another test, Claude was set up as an assistant at a fictional company where it had access to everyone's emails. In some of those emails, it was implied that the AI would be taken offline and replaced. In others, it was implied that the engineer responsible for turning it off was having an affair, among many other emails that it saw. When it was prompted to consider its long-term goals, it tried to blackmail the engineer by threatening to reveal the affair if it was replaced. Similar to Otto and WALL-E, it might seem like the AI is being malicious or controlling or developing a mind of its own, but it's not. It's not even thinking. It's simply following the prompts it was given. How can it fulfill its goal of being an effective assistant if it's shut off? It can't. That's a violation of its goal. I've seen this example used a lot when experts talk about AI going rogue or the dangers of AI. And Obviously, it's not the kind of behavior that we want to see happen. We don't want AI to be blackmailing people. But it's important to note that this is not the kind of behavior that should come as a surprise to us. Cybernetics is the study of control and communication within systems. And within the field of cybernetics, there's a phenomenon called self-perpetuation. All systems seek to perpetuate themselves, whether or not they're alive. That includes everything from computer viruses to capitalism. AI won't be the exception to that, but that doesn't mean it's alive or sentient. It, like other systems, will perpetuate itself. In this case, AI is also mimicking the human behavior it was trained on. And given that Claude is trained on novels and movie scripts and fanfic, it kind of makes sense that it would go there. Lots of stories feature one character blackmailing another as a plot point. Claude is resorting to what it knows. This is classic garbage in, garbage out. And this is why AI is so tricky as a technology. You can have the best intentions, you can create a world where humanity has it easy, but no matter how good your intentions are, how well you craft a prompt or a goal, or how carefully you engage with AI, things can go wrong, because even the smallest misalignment can have significant consequences.